Hey there, thanks for tuning into Duckbricks. I'm Chris, and LEGO 2K Drive launches in less than a week, and so to celebrate this, LEGO and 2K actually flew myself and a +1 out to New York, to Legoland, New York, no less, to celebrate the launch of this amazing new game, meet a ton of other LEGO creators and just gaming YouTubers and streamers from all around the world, and have a full day to celebrate in Legoland, New York, playing the game, going on the rides. The entire park was shut down just for us. It was one of the craziest experiences of my life, and I cannot wait to showcase all of the details with all of you, with of course a special look at the swag bag that they gave us full of exclusive LEGO items at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. And so, without further ado, I think it's time to just jump right into the story and the entire event itself, because this is going to be a long video. Let's go.
Okay, so it all started off as something really unexpected. This was kind of the first LEGO sponsored event that I've been to in my life, and I certainly had no idea that anything like it could happen until, well, it happened. So basically the backstory behind this is that months ago, I believe back in December or even January, I was contacted by the LEGO Ambassador Network who asked me if I was interested, as well as a couple of other creators, in the newest LEGO video game and a couple of events surrounding the video game itself. Now, unfortunately, for the very first event, which happened in March, I was actually away for work. So for that event, I was able to send my buddy Jake. He had an amazing time in California at 2K Games headquarters, was able to meet a ton of LEGO influencers and playtest the game all the way back in March, and that was more of an internal event. There weren't a lot of images or videos taken at the event itself. We still don't really have a ton of footage from it, but it was a really cool way for him to be able to playtest the game and tell me more about it, which helped influence the videos I eventually put out summarizing the LEGO 2K Drive video game launch. But now, just last week, we actually had the chance to be able to fly out to Legoland, New York to celebrate the imminent release of LEGO 2K Drive. So how this happened was that over the weekend, I got an email from a representative at 2K, and they basically asked if I would be interested in going to this special event. Initially, this was supposed to be in California. It was also supposed to be much later in May, but they said they moved it upwards, and now it's in New York. Very last minute, but do you want to fly out and come out to New York and go to this event? So I said, of course, I would love to. Can I bring a friend? And they kind of went back and forth behind the scenes and eventually said, yes, you can bring a +1 if they're able to get their own travel out here, which we absolutely were able to do. And so myself and my buddy Will, who you actually can see in some of my other videos on Duckbricks, he is a regular star on the channel, were able to go out to New York and experience this crazy event. Now, the event itself was only one day. However, we were there for pretty much 4 days. We flew in on Wednesday morning, very early in the morning. I got in at around 5 a.m. and we basically left Saturday evening, so we had a good amount of time to just spend at Legoland and in New York itself. So for those of you who haven't been to Legoland, New York, this is actually located about an hour and a half to 2 hours away from the actual New York City by bus, which means it was a pretty isolated area, but the really cool thing was that the park was actually closed down during 2 out of the 4 days we were there. So we were there on like a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and Wednesday and Thursday, the park was fully closed down, which means that it was pretty much just operating on Thursday just for us on the day of the event. So as we went in, we got a chance to see a sign that said, "Welcome guests for the LEGO 2K Drive event," and of course, the first thing I had to do on that Wednesday was, well, eat breakfast. Now, the funny thing is, I had not gotten a lot of sleep the night before. I had taken a red-eye flight so I could continue working during my time in New York, and basically, I got in. By the time we got to Legoland, it was around like 8 a.m. I was running on 2 hours of sleep, I was starving, so I had a really quick breakfast and got to meet a couple of really cool LEGO and gaming influencers, and then our rooms weren't ready, but I just needed a place to sleep, so basically what they did is they opened up this special room that I think is only supposed to be for kids to really be in. It wasn't really supposed to be for the general use, but I basically begged them. I was like, hey, I need to take a few work calls in an hour. I also need to like sleep so I can be cognizant for my work calls. And they said, you know what, we'll see what we can do. They opened up this room, so what I did is I put 3 chairs together, went to sleep for an hour, took some work calls while Everything Is Awesome was blasting in the background, which was an interesting experience. I was not allowed to tell anybody where I was, so I just said I was like out, but that was quite a strange experience to actually be doing that while working, but you know what? I made it work. And after that, it basically was then time to just head over to our rooms. Now, I have been to Legoland New York. I actually went with my other friend Brian when it first opened, made a video on that, but I never actually got to stay at the Legoland Hotel in New York. This was my first time, and it did not disappoint. You see, we got a chance to go into a Lego Ninjago themed room, and if you've been following this channel, you probably know that Ninjago is one of my favorite original Lego themes, so that was absolutely a blast. But even the lead up into going in the room was absolutely crazy. Just watch what happens when you go into the elevators. Yeah, so every single elevator ride, no matter how many floors you were going to, blasted music and turned on a disco ball. Now I will say this got very old by day 4, but by day 1 I was very pumped, I was very excited, and it was very cool. So the last time I actually stayed in the Ninjago room at a Legoland must have been when the hotel first opened, I believe in California or maybe even in Billund, Denmark, around the 2016-2017 era. So it was almost like experiencing everything for the first time. Now I could go on and describe it, but I think this video that Will took of me entering the room for the first time is probably the best way to showcase how cool the room was. Alright, so we are here in Legoland, New York. This is the Ninjago themed room, and oh my goodness, this is insane. I've stayed at Legolands before, but never the Ninjago room. We've got Lloyd over here, some crystals. Oh, and look, there's a dragon egg here, and it looks like, I suspect this safe might, I don't know, sometimes if this is locked, yeah. Some Legolands, what they do is they hide a Lego set in a safe, and there's a riddle around the room where if you solve the riddle, you get the free Lego set. So we'll definitely be doing that, but 2K Games has actually brought us all the way out here and given us this special gift to open up, so I can't wait to take a look. But first, before we open the gift, let's see, we've got Zane's Falcon right here, looking very nice. This is a really accurate rendition from the Ninjago TV show. We have, of course, the Element Blades from the Temple of Light in the 2013 Final Battle, Legacy of the Green Ninja season. We have a couple of shurikens over here, all fully brick built. This is so cool, but let's go ahead and open up the gift bag. So thank you so much to 2K Games, and oh wow, okay, what is this? Yo! Okay, so this is an exclusive printed Duplo brick for the Lego Factory Adventure Ride in Legoland, New York. I did not own this before, so this is really cool to get. We have a special blind bag minifigure from the latest Series 24, a nice Legoland New York sticker, New York keychain, as well as a Legoland New York lanyard, and a little bit of a pin as well, which I think these things, I recently got one from my trip to Legoland Windsor in the UK for their Mythica rides, but I don't know how to get these pins otherwise. I think you have to be like a kid to get them because no one gives them to me. So very nice that we were able to get that, as well as a Legoland pen. So look at all this merch. Thank you so much to 2K and Lego for bringing us out. Now, the event isn't until tomorrow, so we have all day to go out into the city as well as explore Legoland all to ourselves. And so, without further ado, let's go. Of course, as usual, there was some further ado because Will had to experience the room for the first time himself as well, and we had to solve that puzzle in the room. Alright, so I've been here for a few hours already, but Will just got in on his flight. He's my buddy, he's coming out to join me on this 2K Lego adventure, and so let's just go ahead and welcome him in. Alright, Will, you can come on in, let's see the room. Yo, hey, how's it going?
Gosh, what's up, Chris?
Hey.
Yo, dude, this is like your dream room.
Yeah, have you ever been to Legoland before?
No, this is my first time.
Oh, really? You, not even as a kid, you never went to a Legoland at all?
No, never.
Okay, well,
Oh
this
my
will be a fun
gosh.
time.
Yo, it's all ninja.
Dude, even the bathroom is ninja themed. You have Sensei Wu's hat on the corner there.
Yo, what the heck? Dude, the Lego soap?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, this curtain too?
Yeah, you've got the Ninjago detail on the curtain.
Oh, dude, this is crazy.
I just opened the gift bag from 2K Games. I think you should have gotten one as well, but yeah, dude, this... Yeah, some cool stuff there, but dude, yeah.
No, we don't see that.
I know. The view from Legoland outside the window too is hella nice.
That's it.
There it is.
Legoland.
Legoland.
Right there?
That is the entrance. Yeah, that's the entrance to the park. We have the parkside view.
Let's go. Oh, this is sick.
All right. Okay, so we have a riddle to solve, which is hiding some sort of a Lego treasure inside the safe. I'm very excited to see what it is. And Will, being the smarter of us two, I'm just going to let you do the solving, of course, while I, of course, film. So what is the first one?
So first one's how many blue diamonds are on the bunk beds?
Okay, well, that sucks if you're colorblind. I mean, that's not very ableist of Lego.
It's
Just two, right? All right, two.
And then how many birds in the room are made of Lego bricks?
Well, we have the falcon. Is that the only bird? There's a scorpion over there, but I don't see any other birds. All right, I guess that's one. Let me just do a quick scan. Yeah, I don't see any. Okay.
So we'll do one.
One, yeah.
And how many red Lego crabs are on the carpet in the room? Okay.
One. Two. Unless they're playing some funny games and putting him under the bed, I don't think there are more. All right, let's call it two.
Okay. So far, we only have ones and twos.
Yep.
How many treasure maps are on the carpet in the room?
Treasure maps. Okay, there's one. Is it also just one? Because those are blueprints for the ultrasonic radar. So no, I think it's just one.
Is it really just one?
I don't see any more. Do you?
No, I don't. All
right. Easy.
2 1 2 1.
2 1 2 1. I'll let you do the honors.
Alrighty. Set mine up. Which way does it line up? This way, I think. 2 1 2 1.
Wait, are we bad? No, there's no way we did it
Do you think it
wrong.
lines up this way? Just on here or maybe on top?
I would imagine that's the right way. No, how are we? It was 1 2 1 2. Oh, so 2 1 2 1 this way.
Oh.
That's confusing. Okay. Well, let's open it up.
Alrighty. Oh, snacks and
Oh! Yo, Lego polybags. All right.
Oh.
Nice. Getting marketed to. I always love getting marketed to, so we've got some marketing magazines.
Oh.
All right, nice. I don't actually think I have this polybag.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen this before.
All right. Well, I'll grab one to give to a buddy, and
Yeah.
well, all right, cool. Well, thank you, Lego. Very nice surprise. This is a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one.
Fun treasure.
Yes.
Of course, after completing the treasure hunt and doing one last scouring of the room, it was then time to explore the entirety of the Legoland Hotel. And so, we wanted to find out everything there is to see here because it was a completely new experience, especially for Will for the first time in Legoland, and we wasted no time in getting on our feet and looking around.
All right. Second floor, it said?
Yeah, second floor.
All right.
Pretty fun.
Yeah.
I wish the lights turned off. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Probably a safety hazard, but... Oh, I haven't been here yet.
Oh, yeah, we can check out all the things.
Yo, yeah, we should check out all the floors. Yeah, okay, Kingdom. Where is the gym?
But after exploring the entirety of the Legoland Hotel, the rest of the day was pretty much just up to us to do whatever we wanted. Of course, I still had some work meetings to do, so after going through those, I decided, why not, you know what, I'm gonna go into the city and meet up with a few friends of mine, and that's exactly what I did. So while Will was napping on the bed like the lazy man he is, I went out to New York City and decided to actually pay a visit to the New York flagship 5th Avenue Lego store. Now, I went to college at UPenn in Philly, so we used to go to New York a ton, but it's been at least over a year since the last visit, and I was really excited to be able to go inside and see any changes that they were able to make to the store. This wasn't really something that was necessarily part of the event itself. I kind of just decided to go on my own, but I'm really glad I did because visiting the amazing Fifth Avenue New York flagship store is always a massive, massive treat, and this one did not disappoint whatsoever. For those who haven't had the chance to actually visit the New York flagship Fifth Avenue store, it is currently the second biggest LEGO store in the world, the first biggest being the London store. It's actually kind of funny because for whatever reason, these two stores have some sort of a competition between each other. Usually they remodel one of them, it becomes the biggest one, and then in a few years, the other one will remodel itself and become even bigger. They've been going back and forth for a while. For a long time, the New York store was the largest one. London recently remodeled, I believe just last year, and now is the biggest, so maybe we're going to get another remodel of the New York store very soon to be able to beat that. But as you can see, this is unlike any other LEGO store in the world, and honestly, even a little bit better than the actual Legoland store. Not only did they have, of course, every single product available where you could actually see them and play around with them, they actually had the LEGO sets that were unfortunately fully glued, but they were actually in these turntables, so you could actually physically see what each product looked like, or at least some of the highlight products, and be able to play around with them in these little glass cases. And they also had all sorts of different New York specific types of things to see. From the Ghostbusters Firehouse headquarters, to Lego Batman, to some of the Avengers stuff, there was a lot of really cool things to see here, and I had a great time being able to go around the store, even being able to meet a couple of Duckbricks fans who recognized me, which is always a really, really cool experience. Of course, the New York store had this massive creativity tree in the center of it, which was one of these standout pieces of the entire store. I hear that they're going to be adding more and more installations there in the future, so I certainly can't wait to go back and see what other crazy things they add. But after a fun night out on Wednesday, it was time to return back to the hotel for an early morning tomorrow, breakfast at 8 a.m. for the start of the event. Our schedule for the LEGO 2K Drive Day was absolutely fully packed, full of activities. From gameplay to exploring to networking, there was so much stuff that we had the chance to do, and it was a full day of events. So we got up bright and early and had breakfast where we really got a chance to meet a lot of the other creators. For me personally, it was really cool being able to meet a lot of people who I have followed for a long time, like Tiago Catarino was so cool to actually meet in person. Of course, I got to meet Bricks O'Brien, so many other amazing people, and Nick and Stacy, the LEGO Masters Season 3 winners. Almost every single person there, honestly, was just way bigger than me. I felt maybe a little bit out of place. I was like, why was I invited to this? Because everyone else is just so cool and doing so many amazing things. I do want to take the opportunity again to say thank you again for LEGO and 2K for inviting me, because I think I was probably the smallest person there. I mean, I was just so blown away by the amount of crazy people there, because it wasn't just LEGO influencers. They actually had a lot of gaming influencers and just general YouTubers there with millions and millions of subscribers, and I was like, hey guys, I'm Duckbricks. I just do this small LEGO YouTube channel, but it was a very fun experience. It was pretty crazy, and I had an absolute blast. So before we knew it, after breakfast was over, we had just a few minutes to walk around the hotel one last time before going into the park. I found it interesting how they were still playing Nexo Nights episodes on the TV. That was kind of a blast of the past, but eventually we got a chance to go over and see the Legoland New York gates. So what's really special for this day is that they actually specifically opened up the park just for us. Let's go ahead and see my first reaction going into the park.
Alright, we're here at Legoland New York for the 2K Drive LEGO event. Let's go!
Before we knew it, we were basically shuttled off to the inside of the park. I did not know you could actually drive through the park, but yeah, they actually had a van and we're driving down the Lego City Road, which was really cool. We got a chance to see a little bit of a sneak peek behind some new rides they were building, which I'm guessing I can't post some footage of, but of course then it was time to enter the theater.
What's up, guys?
Right in. Hi, how are you doing today? Do you want to walk down?
Sure, yeah. Let's do it. Alright, let's go. Welcome to 2K Drive.
Thank you.
We've made it. Let's see what this event is all about.
As we entered the main Palace Cinema, we were greeted with a massive presentation for LEGO 2K Drive. We got a chance to meet some other fellow influencers, and without further ado, we were off to the races, pun intended, where essentially we were given a bit of a presentation from folks working on the game, from managers to developers to designers, telling us a little bit more about what we are going to expect. Let's see some clips of that right now.
Having you here today, and we are thrilled to host this awesome bunch of creators at Legoland. There is really no better place to celebrate LEGO creativity than right here at Legoland New York, or any of the 10 Legoland theme parks throughout the world. And we're so excited to have you here. While you're here, you're going to experience a bunch of our rides and attractions, like the Lego Factory Adventure Ride that transforms you into a Lego mini. And we could not be more thrilled to have you guys here today. So we thank you for being here, and we can't wait to see what you create and have a brick-tastic time here at Legoland New York.
All right. Yeah, we're starting the day off with the puns. Okay. Too early.
I'm really excited for all of you guys to be here. I know the travel day yesterday was a little bit wild for all of you, actually, so I'm really thankful for all of the time. And this came up. But we're really excited to have you guys here to be the first people to actually play LEGO 2K Drive, the official build. This is our full game, and you guys will be the first people to touch it, so we're really excited to see what you guys think about it. I'm going to invite Abe up here. He's my coworker for community. He's going to run through all the fun stuff that we have planned for you today. We will be running around, so if you guys need anything at all, please just let us know. Welcome to LEGO 2K Drive!
Let's go! Rock, paper, scissors, Lego! I win. Let's go! Alright, so thank you all for coming, as Kayla just mentioned. We are excited to do this first community day for Lego. It's going to be the first one, and you guys are going to be the first ones off the first ones. It's very exclusive. I don't know if that's important for you. It's important for me. We are going to have a bunch of stuff to do today. I'm going to start with the mini games. So as soon as you go to the capture room, there are going to be some cards. Those cards have quests, and those quests have rewards. So if you want to do a specific type of video or take a picture of a specific thing, you will see the tips and tricks of how to complete those mini games. But feel free to play as many as you want. We're going to have tournaments. We're going to have crazy rewards for those tournaments. The prizes are pretty sick. At least I think so.
I might steal those.
Yeah. If she does, we'll just take it back and give it to you.
So after going through some embargo dates, which were the times at which we could post various content related to this experience, I obviously decided to play it safe and wait several days after that final day to actually post this full video. We then were shuttled off to the Build and Test Workshop, which typically is a place for you to build physical LEGO race cars and race them down as a kids activity at Legoland, which was pretty perfect for the 2K Drive event, but this time had been completely retrofitted to be a whole 2K Drive game-playing arena, which they essentially called the Capture Room, because that was where we were capturing content or media to use for our own videos. To be honest, I didn't really record anything that interesting during the session. We're gonna get to that in a little bit. I basically spent the entire time in the building software and didn't spend any time doing anything else, which was totally the wrong move, because what they had announced, and I just simply wasn't paying attention, I must have been just completely absorbed by how good the game was. That's how good the game was. But they had announced, which I did not realize, that there was going to be a massive tournament. And there was a tournament amongst all of us influencers, and the winner would get the absolutely insane, unreal prize of being able to spend 1 minute inside the big store at Legoland to pick whatever you wanted for free. And I'm telling you, if I had a minute in any Lego store, guaranteed easy 10K, I'm walking out with like a good like 10,000 free dollars, probably more, But Alas, I was up against, well, actual gamers, and not only actual gamers, people who had actually practiced playing the game for about an hour before the tournament, unlike me, who spent the entire time building this shark car, which, may I add, I'm very proud of my shark car. I was very happy I spent the time doing it. However, it was an hour in, I was still making the shark car, and then they were like, hey, it's time for the tournament, and then I realized that I did not know how to play the game. Now, my +1 Will did spend the entire time playing the game, and as such, he actually got really good. But unfortunately, while he was allowed to play in the tournament, he was not allowed to actually compete because he was, well, just a +1, and as we all know, they were second-class citizens, lesser than the real good people there. No, but it was very unfortunate. I really tried. I was like, hey, can he play for me? They did not let that happen. They were like, no, you have to be the one to play and compete in the tournament. And so you can probably guess, I don't play that many video games, like I just simply don't have time to play that many games, so I got like last place every single round. Now, in my defense, the first lap I did not know what the controls were because I had literally never done the racing game before, but also in everyone else's defense, they apparently did tell us to practice racing for an hour for the tournament, and I just ignored that and spent the time building anyways. So it is what it is. I mean, okay, well there's some clips of me doing not too bad. Like, I think I got 4th place here. I got beaten by a couple of the AIs, but, you know, it is what it is sometimes. Sometimes the AIs are just that good. But eventually I was booted out very quickly from the semifinals, and while Will did compete and he did win first a lot of times, they just would not let him progress because he was just a +1. And you can see how this race ended.
You're good, you're good. Continue. Keep
Oh,
playing.
I thought it was over.
No, no. That was like a bullet bill. You're right there, Chris. That was like your lifeline. The green is the end. Wait, you're good, you're good. Keep boosting. Hold your boost. Okay, but you're technically the second player that won. The other two were AI.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Hey, yo, let's go.
And these two are AI.
All right, who's this one? Who's the competition?
So I think you're technically...
Wait, did we make it?
You're technically second
Hey, yo,
in terms
let's
of...
go.
Dude, that bullet bill. The teleporting thing like teleports you up, pretty much.
Well, you can probably see where this is going. Mind you, if I had won the prize of getting free reign for 1 minute inside the Lego store to get whatever I wanted, I would be a much richer man right now, and I definitely would have made a video on that. So you can probably guess how that ended. This was thankfully the only run that we actually recorded that Will filmed me doing, was the one I did best on, 2nd place of the human players, 4th against the AIs, but you know the AIs are tricky, you never know, AI's taking over the world. I work on AI stuff at Microsoft right now, and you know, they're pretty tricky, you never know what's gonna happen. So, I'm pretty proud of that run, but my victory and my success was not to last, because very quickly I was booted out from the tournament, and then they announced that not only would the grand prize be to actually be able to go inside the Lego store for a minute to get whatever you wanted, but you would also get this exclusive chicken car themed trophy with a special sticker that said Lego 2K Drive Community Day Creator Edition. And I kid you not, I wanted this trophy more than I actually wanted the run in the Lego store, because let's be real, I own everything already, so I don't really need anything. That would have just been like money making. However, this trophy was a one-of-a-kind thing, and my goal is to one day open up a LEGO museum, so having this as an exclusive item would have been very, very cool. And so, as the race began and people began to compete, I started to kind of, go around, start to look at who the competition was, not in terms of competition against myself, because I was already out of the race, I was deemed not good enough. But I started to try and figure out who could I target, who was the weak link, who would succumb to selling their trophy for a small amount of money. And so as I went, I made my rounds, and, I started making some side deals with folks and was hoping something would work out. But alas, when the winner was crowned, it was not anybody who I had made a deal with, and they were unwilling to sell the trophy, even after I offered them $2,000, which was so sad. I tried. I did try. But soon enough, it was time for their crazy 1-minute run through the LEGO store to grab whatever they wanted. And I'm very curious, viewers down below, comment what your strategy would be. It had to be stuff that you could fit in your hands. Because my strategy would have been to walk over to the most expensive LEGO set and just stack multiple copies of it until my minute was over, pick them up, like just deadlift them from the floor, and then say, "Hi, I would like to return these 10 UCS AT-ATs. Please give me store credit," and then actually get what I wanted at my own convenience. That is not what was done here, but I'm very curious what folks would do, so let me know in the comments, and let's see that crazy run.
3, 2, 1. Oh my. What is he? Time.
Now you have to wait for 50 seconds.
50 seconds. All right, let's take this over. You did it! All right, guys, Legoland is open!
Honestly, given that the rule was that you could only take out what you could carry, I don't actually think he did too bad. If I were him, I probably would have just stacked Lego sets, like from the icons line on top of each other over and over again, and then tried to lift as many as I could. So, you know, I think it could have been better, but not too bad. You know what? Okay, it was an okay showing, not super, super bad. So, after all of that, it was a very fun time for him, depressing time for all of us, because we all wanted to be him, you know, it is what it is. Then, Legoland was open for all of us to be able to enjoy. And so, we actually had quite a number of different rides available, but there was actually one more thing before going to Legoland, because there were a series of other trophies and other challenges that we could compete in. So let's cover those first and see how other folks did. So these challenges were thankfully not racing challenges in-game. I don't think I could have taken any more of those due to how abysmal I was. But thankfully there was something a little bit more in my wheelhouse, which were building challenges. First of which was a style build. The master builders at Legoland presented us with 2 sample models, and bid us to combine the 2 and use the example bricks provided to build something that was inspired by the ideas behind these vehicles. One of which being a souped up school bus, which was a really impressive model. I honestly kind of want to recreate this in my own collection. It looked really cool and it was really well made. You had a rocket booster inside of it, as well as a very funny, funky looking pigmobile, which was just a really fun thing to get. It was actually a piggy bank, so you had a coin sticking out of the top. So for what I wanted to do, we had 30 minutes, and I was thinking, you know what, maybe I'll just try recreating something like the shark car that I was building in-game, physically with Lego bricks. Unfortunately, I quickly realized that they did not actually have that many pieces that were not just basic standard bricks, or just random other unique pieces scattered throughout the bins, and they definitely did not have things that were the right color scheme. So let me present to you what I built. Atomic batteries to power, turbines to speed. This is the Crocobus 9000. Half school bus, half apocalyptic crocodile. This is ready to devour the competition with its sharp teeth, gnashing maw, bright pink tongue, and a massive technological laser mounted on the back. It is ready to destroy any of the other vehicles. Unfortunately, the Crocobus 9000 did not destroy all the other vehicles, because the winner was in fact my friend Dom, who you may recognize from LEGO Masters Season 3. It's actually really funny because I had randomly met Dom years ago before that he was on LEGO Masters when I was first starting Duck Bricks. We met at a used LEGO store, so it was really cool being able to actually meet someone I kind of knew, and he was able to win this really exclusive prize with the LEGO 2K Community Day logo on it. Let's go ahead and see his reaction right now, because that was gold.
Yeah, let's go!
Tom built this really cute, almost chibi style ice cream van with a really nice detail of pink ice cream dripping down the front of it, which was a really fun one for people to be able to play around with. But moving on from that, we did not have any breaks because next up was another 30-minute block for the next competition. While we each could only apply for one competition, I thankfully was able to send my +1 Will as a competitor in the next one, which was a speed competition. Cars were set to go down a ramp and see whoever reached the finish line first. Now, what we wanted to prioritize here was weight, length, and speed, but I couldn't really advise him because that would be cheating. So basically, Will was on his own, and let's see how he did right now.
So it accelerates pretty quickly.
Low center of gravity, alright,
The slope is not that steep when we tried it out there, so it's really about the start and how fast you start.
Okay. At the end of the 30 minutes, we had created, or at least Will had created, I will lay no claim to this build, the... How do I describe this car? Well, it's got like two wheels on each side and like a pink rod between the two spheres. I don't know what that was supposed to, I don't know, you know, this was all Will, but the car was finished. I'm not sure what it's supposed to represent. It's got eyes, so like, I don't know, maybe it's like a goofy little face? Anyways, the car was built, the wheels were there presumably to add weight to the car. We wanted to add weight to it to be able to allow it to roll down faster. But we realized that there was a critical flaw in that the way the wheels were positioned on these sides meant that it does not actually fit inside the track for most of the tracks and only was able to be launched from the side, which meant it was very liable to accidentally hit the side of one of the walls. Now, as they raced on down, things looked like they were going very well until unfortunately somebody else's car maliciously swerved into our majestic creation. I don't know how that could have sabotage was allowed in this little race here, but you know, we were sabotaged, we were pushed off to the side, and alas, the trophy was lost. So we were 2 for 3 down, we had lost our chances to win the trophy. I offered our good friend Dom a good sum of money to purchase the trophy off of him, but he counter-offered with something that not even the mighty Duck Bricks was able to acquiesce to. And so finally there was one last challenge, which was a style challenge, which was which of the cars is going to make the coolest explosion. Let's see some clips of that right now.
Car is like the mascot of 2K Drive, right? And little do the developers know, the chicken car has eggs pop out of it on the racetrack, including the golden egg if it gets first place. So this is a car in the crate to transport the running golden egg.
Wow!
Which one came first? That's for you to decide. So the little eggs and the big golden egg, we'll see if it crosses the finish line. The egg was runny, I don't know.
This is good stuff.
But after all the fun and festivities were over and Duck Bricks walked away with not 1, not 2, not 3, but 0 custom trophies, it was then time to explore Legoland and get a chance to actually have all the rides to ourselves, which was a pretty crazy experience. At this point, we pretty much broke up into groups depending on who we had been just randomly chatting with throughout the course of the day, so myself and Will teamed up with our new friend Kathleen, Australian Twitch streamer Loserfruit, and together the trio of us went around Legoland and tried out many of the different rides. Such as the very exercise-inducing Ninjago ride, where, of course, resident Ninjago expert Duck Bricks earned the greatest score, and also the greatest photo on the ride itself. But of course, we were able to go on the Dragon roller coaster. It was a lot of fun for 2 of us. Well, actually, it was a lot of fun for 1 of us, and then it was a lot of fun for 2 of us halfway through, but I think it was mostly just 2 out of the 3 enjoyed that one. We went on that one twice. That was a good time.
What did they say? What did they call it?
I don't know. With our 2 rounds on the Dragon complete, it was then time to move on to the next parts of Legoland. because they actually opened up a lot of the rides just for us. It was really weird and bizarre going around Legoland having there be basically no crowds whatsoever. Kind of reminded me of my experience in Legoland Dubai and Legoland Korea, where I literally went and I'm pretty sure I was the only person who went, and there were more employees than people there. But you know, it was a fun time. Pretty much all the good rides were open. The Ninjago ride, the Dragon ride, the Factory Tour ride, which I unfortunately did not get to do because I was in a work meeting, sad, as well as some of the other rides. But the next one up, we got a chance to do one of the Sky Tower climbing rides, which was always a good one to just climb upwards and see the sky. Did the boat sailing, of course, the sailing ones, always a good time with the boat rides. And then we got a chance to do one really fun ride, which was the Fire Brigade. I've never actually personally done the Fire Brigade ride ever before. I always thought it was kind of lame or not super interesting, but no, we actually were able to have a lot of fun with it. We teamed up with Brick and Nick, who you may recognize as the winner of LEGO Masters Season 3 alongside Stacy. We competed against her. We did not win, but I suspect there was maybe some foul play from the other team. Not pointing out any names, just looking at Dom. You know, he's always a suspicious character. You never know what's going to happen, if he's going to pop up halfway through a TV show and disrupt the proceedings. But anyways, after that, it was always a very good time going around, meeting people, hanging out with the folks at Legoland. Got a lot of pictures, and then we got a chance to go around Miniland. Now, Miniland is one of my favorite parts, or probably my favorite part of every Legoland around the world, because every Legoland is different in terms of their mini-lands, and I just thought it was really cool being able to go and see different Easter eggs. Nick and Stacy had mini-land figures there, Dom had a mini-land figure there, so it was really cool just actually seeing mini-land characters of the people that I'd spent the day with, which was a very cool thing. And what was very special is that one of the trucks driving around Miniland was actually dedicated to LEGO 2K Drive Community Day Creator Edition, which I don't even know if a lot of folks realized until later, but I saw it and I was like, oh wow, they actually changed one of the trucks to celebrate this, which was very, very cool. Of course, at the end of the day, it was time to go around the gift shop. We thankfully had a really nice 10% discount for all of us who were not lucky enough to win the 1 minute around the LEGO store, but we did have a 10% discount, which was super nice, and I was able to get a lot of souvenirs and gifts for my friends and whatnot because I didn't really have any other LEGO sets to get, other than polybags. I did get a lot of polybags I did not own yet. But by then, the day was winding down. We spent a little bit more time in Miniland itself, but honestly, we really just had a good time enjoying seeing the different sites. Miniland had a lot of really cool motorized special things that they had going on for each and every one of the scenes, like a movie set that was actually being able to have all sorts of action, lights, and sound to it, and even a Miniland version of the classic space Galaxy Explorer in their space area, which was super cool, plus one of the NASA Curiosity rovers, which was a sight to see. Now, of course, I really loved personally seeing a lot of Easter eggs to other LEGO themes and just pop culture in general. There was a Fabuland sign, which was really great, as well as even little minifigures of Sonic and the Flash running down a parade, and it looks like Will had quite a lot of fun being part of the marching band here, where you actually got a chance to control the movement and rhythm of the marching band after a little bit of practice. Now, every single bit of Miniland was filled with something interactive to do. There was a wheel spinning contest for a hot dog eating Coney Island type setup. They had a sports stadium, they had dancing minifigures, of course that 2K Drive truck driving all around Miniland, and lastly, it was also finally really cool to see the winning build from LEGO Masters Season 3, which was Nick and Stacy's cupboard full of all sorts of different artifacts relating to their childhood and how they grew up with LEGO, which I thought was just something that was really nice to be able to actually see displayed, and I certainly hope for future seasons of LEGO Masters they'll continue to display the winning builds in big high-profile areas so more people can get a chance to actually see these amazing, incredible builds. I can't wait to see what the next one's gonna be. And then, the very cool thing was that they actually brought us over to dinner at Legoland, and surprisingly enough, they actually had LEGO-inspired alcoholic beverages there. I don't know how they actually got these. They were not LEGO branded, but each of these special, like the beers, were decked out in brick building livery. So, it was very interesting how they did not want to put the LEGO logo on a can of beer, but they were saying you can like build it, and it was showing rides and like square looking robots, and it was very clearly Legoland inspired branding, so I don't know what deal they worked out there, but that was very cool. And drinks were on 2K and Lego, which was fantastic. I encouraged everyone in our party to get a John Daly. Look it up if you don't know what it is. It is a very delicious drink, probably one of my favorite ones, my drink of choice. So we all had John Daly's. None of them knew what it was. It was very sad. They had to make them, honestly, kind of mid. I think it could have used a little bit more. The ratio was a little bit off, but overall it was very, very good. And then, of course, we capped off the night with a Legoland dance party. As one does, we got a chance to sign a massive chicken car mosaic type build, take pictures by the red carpet, and then it was time for the final activity of the night, which was something I had no idea even existed at all in Legoland. So after getting our photos, they announced that we would get a tour of Miniland at night. And at first I was a little bit confused because I was wondering, okay, Miniland at night, isn't that just Miniland but in the dark and you can't see anything? But did you know that Miniland actually has lights built in to every single building and vehicle? That literally blew my mind. Honestly, it seems like a lot of overhead expense for LEGO to just never actually have to run ever because Legoland is always closed before it gets dark. So they basically open up Miniland at night for adult events maybe like once every few months. Again, crazy. I did not know there were individual lights in all the buildings, but this was a magical experience because I have never seen Miniland at night. I did not know that the buildings and vehicles had lights in them. Even the moving vehicles had lights in them. Absolutely stunning, and let's just kind of go ahead on a slideshow now because there was so much amazing stuff to see, and let's hear it from the folks themselves in charge of running Miniland. They gave us a quick safety briefing and told us all about Miniland at night. Let's see it.
We've turned Miniland on at night before. We've never turned the street lights off. So again, safety-wise, as we go down through Miniland, keep it cool, stay on the path, watch your step. There's no safety street lights for you tonight, just the light of Miniland. So if you turn around, we're gonna have Miss Magical Kayla here. She's gonna turn Miniland on for us. All right. Because she's got enough energy to do it.
What are we doing?
You're gonna go hit that switch up and keep holding it up. Just to make sure
Gotta do a countdown.
Okay. Are we ready? Oh, we're ready.
Oh,
I'm so excited.
Let me get my crap off.
All right. 1. Okay. 3. Power.
Ooh. Oh, okay, that's actually really cool. That's really cool. I like that.
It looks a lot better in person than my screen.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah. As we descended down to Miniland, the first thing that greeted us was the fully lit up LEGO 2K Drive Community Day Creator Edition truck with lights on the inside of the truck itself and on the headlights driving down the road. And that's how I knew we were in for a treat. You see, they meticulously placed lights all the way hooked up to the energy grid at Legoland in every single one of the windows in each of the buildings. I had literally no idea that these were here. I know a lot about LEGO, and I did not know that Minilands around the world actually had lights inside each of the buildings. Now I kind of want to know, do the other Legolands in the world also have equivalent lights like this? Is this just a New York thing? I don't know. If folks know in the comments or have attended any of the adult fan nights at Legoland, do let me know because I did not know this was a thing. And we actually got not only a tour of the actual Miniland at night area, but we had a specialized guide telling us what each and every single one of the locations was. They told us how they installed the lights, basically gave us behind the scenes info on how everything was run, and that was such a cool experience being able to see that. It was even really cool, like for example, we went over to the Washington DC section and there was an area where police cars were going down a convoy transporting the president, so they actually had the lights fully lit up for the police sirens, which was crazy. And of course, at the end of the night, near the end, or as we were completing the tour, we were treated to an amazing performance by the folks over at Mount Rushmore. Let's hear it right now for the presidents.
In his cap and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle, keep it up. Yankee Doodle dandy. Find the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. Father and I went down to camp along with Captain Gooding. There we saw the men and boys as thick as hasty pudding.
Yankee Doodle, keep it up. Yankee Doodle dandy. Find the music and the
This goes on for some time. Don't worry, they played it twice, so we all got to experience it, and now you get to experience it too.
what they wasted every day. I wish it could be saved. Yankee Doodle, keep it up. Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy.
After the enthusiastic response to the incredible performance by the Rushmores, we got a chance to take a look at all of the other parts of Miniland, where I think the most incredible part to me was seeing New York City at night, except with a Lego twist. Because from a distance, some of these pictures honestly look like, if you really squint and ignore the fence around them, they look like they are real photographs of New York City at night. It is that good. Miniland became 1,000 times more interesting and cool to me after seeing it all lit up, and I really do wish that more people around the world got a chance to experience this, because it was truly a very unique experience. I've never experienced anything like this at any Legoland before, and it really was something truly special. I have a ton of pictures here, and I wish that I could show even more, but I just had to kind of whittle it down to just the pictures that I found pretty interesting, because there's just so much content I took here. I think I took more videos and photos of Miniland at night than I did throughout the entire day. Like, I kind of forgot to record stuff during the event itself and just tried to live in the moment and experience it, and I didn't really take that much footage compared to everyone else, but you bet I took a ton of footage of Miniland at night, because that was truly a sight to behold. I'm really curious down in the comments if anyone else has ever experienced this at Legolands. I'm also very curious if other Legolands do this, because it was something that was super special, and I really did like how they actually had different colors of lighting in between each thing. The trucks themselves had lights that were powered by the same electricity grid that powers their movement, which was very impressive to see that. And I kind of feel that maybe Legoland New York has spent a lot of money on something that not a lot of people know exists or get to see at all. And I feel like they could make a lot more money if they just did nighttime tours that you could book of Miniland at night. I don't know, I would have paid to see that. Let me know in the comments if you would have paid to see that as well, because this was truly an insane experience, and I really wanted to document as much of this as I possibly could, just to let folks on YouTube be able to experience it for themselves, because I know not a lot of people have even had a chance to know this existed. If I didn't know this existed, then I don't know if anyone else knew either. But of course, by the end of the night, we were all very tired, but that did not stop us from having an after party. So after hanging out a bit and chatting with Nick and Stacy, the amazing winners of LEGO Masters Season 3, we all went back to Nick's room and we enjoyed some beers and got a chance to really get to know each other outside of the world of LEGO influencers and just as people, which was probably my favorite part of the event. I don't really personally consider myself to be an influencer. These people are hardcore full-time influencers. I'm a program manager at Microsoft. I do this for fun on the side, so it's a very different world, and my favorite part was just being able to stop filming, put our phones down, put the cameras down, and just get to know people and really just get a chance to understand where people are coming from and their backgrounds and talk about stuff other than Lego as well, which was very cool. Had a lot of great conversations, and that was really one of my favorite parts of the event and the night in general, which was just getting to meet people and know folks for who they are. And actually, they all convinced me to go over to Brick World Chicago this summer, so if anyone in the comments is going to Brick World Chicago, I think that's in mid-June, I guess I'll see you there. Let me know, because I have never been to it before. The folks over at this event convinced me that I would have a blast, and it sounds like I will, so I'm very excited, and I'm very excited to see how that event goes. So I guess this is a bit of a pre-announcement that I will be at Brick World Chicago, and I'd love to meet you there. Of course, at Legoland, the fun is never over, even when it goes into the next day. So as the after party stretched into the hours of 5 a.m., I eventually decided to go to sleep around 5 or 6 or so, but on Friday, I woke up bright and early for work meetings at 10 a.m., a good solid 4 hours of sleep, and then got a chance to go out into the city and have an amazing night, because Friday was pretty much free for us. We had free tickets to Legoland, but we already kind of honestly did everything there was to do during the private day on Thursday, so instead we chose to go out into the city, and I got a chance to reconnect with a lot of really old, good friends from my past and just hang out and have a good time in New York. Had a great night. Again, went to bed at probably close to 6, 7, got up at 10 the next day, so this was not a very sleep-heavy weekend, but it never is when it comes to Lego. So, after that incredible time in New York, it was finally time to say goodbye. Thank you again so much to LEGO and 2K for sponsoring such a fun trip. I had an absolute blast, and I really hope that we're able to do more events like these in the future. Now, what's very exciting is that we will actually have giveaway codes. I'm excited to announce that we should be getting some giveaway codes at some point in the near, very imminent future. If not by the time this video releases, then very soon afterwards. I'll put out a separate video for that for sure, but I should have several video codes for you all to get the best editions of LEGO 2K Drive for free, and I will do some sort of a giveaway, and I'll put all the details in that video, so do stay tuned for that because that will be a very fun time. Finally, with that, we about summed up the night. I think the good final picture to end this on is that somebody brought over the original yellow castle and was like, hey, if anyone wants to build it or play with the minifigures, have at it. That was what we did during the after party, really. It was a really good time. So, overall, very good vibes. But there is one last thing that we have to do before summarizing this entire video, which is going through the haul. Because they actually gave us a really nice swag backpack full of exclusive LEGO and 2K branded items that I don't even think are going to ever be able to be available for sale. It was really special getting this, so let's go ahead and take a look at that right now.
Alright, so now that I've just returned from the LEGO 2K Drive event, I actually was able to take home a swag bag with me. They were giving this out to all of the creators who were able to attend the event, so thank you so much to LEGO and 2K for doing this. Let's go ahead and open this up. So the first thing I actually want to talk about before we actually open any of this up in the bag itself is that one of the most special things that they were able to give out to each of the creators is this sweatshirt, which actually does say LEGO 2K Drive Community Day Creator Edition. This is custom printed on the sweatshirt itself. It is so cool to have this as kind of a souvenir of the amazing event. On the back of it, we have some nice artwork, which is what you can kind of see on the front of the boxes themselves, featuring the chicken car, their tagline, and the LEGO 2K Drive logo. But of course, the really special thing is that it does say Creator Edition, which I really appreciate. Thank you so much for giving us that. Moving onwards, we can take a look at the items inside the bag itself. Oh, looks like this came out. But the first thing, obviously, we should talk about is this. Set number 60357 is the Stunt Truck and Ring of Fire Challenge from the LEGO City Stunt sub-theme. Now, I already did own this set. It came out on March 1st. I actually believe I streamed this building live on Twitch on March 1st, the day it came out. But it is still really cool to be able to get a brand new LEGO City Stunt set. I think out of all of LEGO's existing themes, it makes the most sense to have given us a stunt set. This, to be honest, isn't my favorite set. I think some of the other ones are cooler with loops and different tricks, but I still think it's cool to get it. Probably will be giving this away to a friend or something because I don't really need necessarily another copy of this set. Moving onwards, we have what appears to be a stainless steel water bottle. Okay, let's go ahead and open this up. And this is pretty much my first time actually looking through all of this, so I don't know what exactly is going to be in this, but let's go ahead. Oh, very cool. Okay. So this is actually printed on. It's not a sticker. Like, this is printed custom on the bottle itself. It says LEGO 2K Drive, but it also says Community Day Creator Edition, which is so cool. They really are commemorating this day as something really special. So this is absolutely going to be a very unique item in my collection. Thank you so much for doing this. And we do have a sticker on the back. Or is that a sticker? No, that's actually a print. A print of the chicken car on the back there as well, which is very cool how they were able to actually put these on. So thank you to LEGO and 2K for doing this. Moving onwards, we have, oh, what is this? Okay, this looks like a set of stickers, very nice, which actually do say the, again, Community Day Creator Edition. We've got the chicken car, we have what appears to be the Sky Trophy, one of the custom driver minifigures, and of course the tagline. Very cool. I don't know where I'm going to put these or what I'll do exactly with these. I'll probably make some sort of a 2K Drive display in my LEGO room now that I can commemorate the event as something really special. I kind of want to rebuild the chicken car with actual pieces. I feel like that would be pretty cool to do. But overall, very nice that LEGO was able to do that. Moving onwards, what else do we have here? Okay, so there's still more stuff here. We have a Legoland exclusive set, set number 40347. This is the Legoland Driving School. You can only get this at Legoland Parks and Legoland Discovery Centers, as well as Targets in the US during COVID. For some reason, they decided to stock them then as well, but it is a pretty exclusive set. Again, makes total sense because it is the driving school set. So of course, with LEGO 2K Drive, it makes sense to actually have this be one of the sets they gave. It ties into Legoland, it ties into driving, and I think this is pretty much the perfect set they could have given us. I did already own this one. I've got it in my Legoland display already, so probably will be giving this away to friends because I do not need a second copy, but it is still really cool to get that. Now moving on, what I did is I consolidated a bunch of stuff in this bag. So they gave us some swag, which we covered earlier in the video, like the keychain, the lanyard, the stickers and whatnot, and the pins. But all of these I already did look at earlier in the video itself. It was very cool getting to meet folks behind websites like Brick Nerd, able to get their special stickers here. That was very cool, as well as business cards from all of the other people who attended the event. But I think that is about it. Now I do know there was a signed card somewhere. I guess I did not put it in this bag, but we also got a signed card from some of the developers as well as the people running the event, which was really nice. Don't have it with me right now. I'm sure it's just in my suitcase somewhere as I'm in the process of unpacking, but it is still really cool. Oh yeah, and this backpack is also something that was included. We had a choice between one with a more muted color scheme, like this one's kind of black and dark blue, or we had a really colorful one, and I figured that this one would be more useful for me to still be a cool Lego style bag, but also be something that I could probably use in other stuff as well. So I chose the black and dark blue one, which looks very cool, and that about sums up the gifts from LEGO 2K Drive. The most special one to me is definitely the sweatshirt. I can see myself, I don't wear a lot of sweatshirts, but I'll probably wear this in some future videos. So thank you so much to LEGO and 2K for sponsoring this event. And I think this is a really good way to end the video because now the event is over. I've summarized what we did. And so thank you all so much for tuning in to Duck Bricks. Be sure to like and subscribe for even more LEGO news, reviews, discussion, and analyses coming your way very soon. And again, a massive thank you to LEGO and 2K for making this incredible event happen. I really hope that we continue to be able to do more stuff like this. It was so cool being able to play the game early and especially to meet the amazing community of gamers and LEGO influencers and so many people who are so much cooler than me. It was just so cool to be able to meet everybody and really feel like you're a part of the LEGO community. So thank you so much for sponsoring this event. I hope you enjoyed our look at this very unique opportunity, and stay tuned for even more LEGO news, reviews, discussion, and analyses coming your way very soon. Thanks, and bye for now.